Hello, hello. This is Celia Faye Meisel, and welcome to today's live stream. I am so excited to be here with you live and sharing this amazing content where I'm going to dive into the 7 reasons your 2023 launch and event schedule is stalled. And I'm going to share with you a very, very simple solution to fix it all. Are you ready? Welcome. And if you're joining me live, type live in the chat. If you're on the replay, type replay. Let me know that you are here and that you are tuning in. So I have to tell you, I love working with creative, visionary people that have a lot of ideas, that they're just visionaries. And I have a group of friends that I get together with, and we talk a lot about how visionaries need operators. They need people who understand systems and processes and structure to help them to achieve their goals. And it's one of the reasons that I have connected with a partner that I have in my business where we do projects together. It's the reason that I was able to get the opportunity to train and run sales teams for virtual events and help people and companies sell millions and millions of dollars. So I know how valuable my skill set is, especially when I am connecting with the visionaries and the operators who really benefit and value what it is that I have to offer. So if this is you, if you're a visionary person, you have lots of ideas, you're super creative, and you want to be launching your programs this year, and you want to be making millions, and you want to be doing your events, but things are just stalled. You see everybody out there with their 2023 content planners and their 2023 content calendars and their schedule and all of that. And you're sitting here like, I can't even get my inbox cleared out, or I can't even focus on the projects in front of me. There's just so much. I just have so many ideas and da da da. If that is you, this is definitely for you. If you are on more of the organizational side, but you deal with some perfectionism and some indecision, this is also for you as well. So let's dive into these reasons that this is happening. And if we haven't met yet or connected, I'm Celia Faye Meisel, a strategic online sales and business consultant and a launch and virtual event scale expert. And I work with multi 6, 7, and 8-figure business owners and their teams to streamline their launches and events so that they're profitable, that they are fun, that they're streamlined, that they make a lot of money, they make a big impact, and they don't have the chaos and burnout, because that is what so many people are dealing with right now, especially at the beginning of 2023. People are like, oh my gosh, it's too much information, and there's so much information, and I don't know how to process through all of it. And I'm going to tell you that there's such a simplified way to get to the bottom of all of these issues. So if you are here with me and you want to streamline, you want things to be simplified and cohesive and fun and energizing, and you want to bring in a lot of money this year and make a big impact, type impact in the chat so I know that you're with me. And also, just know that on January 24th, it's a Tuesday from 2:30 to 5:30 Central, I have a live virtual event coming up that I'm going to be talking about, really deep dive into these topics about streamlining your business, streamlining your processes, and helping you to get to multi-millions. The event is called the Entrepreneur CEO Pathway from 300K plus to 3 million. And even if you haven't hit 300K, maybe you're at 150 or 200K, if this topic resonates with you, we can definitely go ahead and apply for the event, and then I can review your application. It's invitation only, so you have to apply to get an invitation. But don't let those numbers intimidate you, because the truth is there could be problems with your pricing, problems with your enrollment structure, a number of things that I can probably come in and help you fix to get you to that 300K and beyond. Okay, so 7 reasons your 2023 launch and event calendar and schedule is stalled, and let's fix it. Let's fix it, okay? So the first thing, I know all of you are like this. I get like this too. You are resisting all of the work that you know needs to go into making it happen, and you are afraid of being overwhelmed, and you're afraid of burnout. And you're probably even thinking right now, oh my gosh, even just putting 3 launches on my calendar this year and 2 events feels like so much, like it freaks me out. And so that resistance to the work, and that resistance and that overwhelm is causing you to feel stuck, and it's causing you to literally be in kind of paralyzed in taking the next step that needs to happen to get to that result. Okay. The next reason, and don't worry, I'm going to show you what needs to happen to get through all of this. Okay. The next thing is that you want everything to be perfect. You are stalling putting events on the calendars because you want to have it all figured out. You want to know the how. You want to know, okay, I want to guarantee that I'm going to make 50K on that launch, or I want to guarantee that I'm going to bring in 300K on that launch before I schedule it out. And how is it going to happen? And how is it all going to come together? So these thoughts are contributing to that sense of overwhelm and to that resistance, is because you're thinking about that perfectionism, okay? And that perfectionism isn't going to get you anywhere. It's not going to help you. It's not going to move you forward. It's just going to keep you stuck at where you are at your current income level. So if you deal with perfectionism, type perfectionism in the chat and let me know if that's something that you deal with. I raise my hand. I deal with that sometimes too, but luckily I have processes and things in place to help me get through it really fast. So I am on to the next thing, and I am creating the success and the results that I want for myself and for my clients. So that's the second point. The third point is you get caught up with a little busy work, tech, and procrastination. So you have this big dream, and you want to go and you want to make millions this year, and you're over here playing in Canva, or sending emails to your list yourself, or getting stuck on your Kajabi or whatever it is. You're using some kind of tech thing to get in the way, and you're allowing yourself to procrastinate and not take action toward hitting that goal. Okay. This is keeping you stuck. All you have to do is sit down and look at your calendar and start putting things on the calendar. And guess what? None of it's set in stone. Like my friend Annie Sanchez says, you get to change your mind. And once you change your mind once, you get to change it again and again and again. So remember that you get to change your mind. You get to, but not because you're procrastinating, and not because you're stalling, and not because you're delaying, probably because something needs to shift. Okay. So caught up in tech and procrastination. The next reason is that you're dealing with indecision. Well, do I want to do a virtual event first? Do I want to launch this program first? Do I want to do a live event? Do I want to do a webinar? Right? You have all these options, and you're looking at all these different things and all these different directions and thinking, well, what should I do? And which is the right thing? And so that indecision also keeps you stuck from moving forward and taking that action. The next reason, you're not bringing on the right team members. You're not hiring the right people to support you. And that's on your back end, like your tech team. It can be your VAs, it can be your project managers, it can be, a number of things, but you really have to look at who you're hiring and why you're hiring them, and are they capable of helping you to get to that result? Because if you have this business that you want to take far, but you don't have the team to support you, and you don't have the skill set to train them to get them up and running to hit your vision with you, because I'm going to tell you, to go to 7 figures, 8 figures, and beyond, you have to have your whole team working in alignment with the vision. That's why I do the work that I do with my clients in streamlining their systems, because I come in and I help get the sales department and the marketing department talking to each other. I find where the processes the processes aren't working or missing. I find where the money leaks are in the processes. And so I'm able to pull all of that together and then help the team perform better. So you really have to look at, if you're not bringing on the right team members that aren't showing up already knowing how to do the thing that you need them to be able to do, and you're not able to train them it says that you need to shift out how you're hiring so those people can help you hit your goals. Because if you're feeling like I want to do this big event and launch calendar this year, but I don't have the team in my corner, can't you see how that's going to keep you from taking the actions that need to be taken and getting you moving forward toward that result you're after? It makes sense, but we don't always think this way. You don't always think this way and look at your business in this way. I do, because I'm on the outside looking in and I see the patterns, and these are things that happen to so many business owners. Okay. The next thing, piecemealing information. Okay. This is where, oh my gosh, whoo, I have to hold myself back a little bit because this one gets me a little flustered. You have a sales script from this coach and a marketing plan from this coach and an email strategy from this coach and right? You have all these different piecemealed processes, and then piecemealed information for how to go about doing things. And that creates a lot of disruption inside of your business because you don't have somebody guiding you and supporting you step by step. And I was just on a call with a woman last week we were in discussion about her event because like she hired a coach to help her with the event, but the coach isn't giving her the step by step guidance that she needs. So you want to make sure that you're working with an expert who knows what they're doing, that can guide you step by step, and not through a cookie cutter process, but through a customized process that's a fit for your business. Because the difference between the 8-figure businesses, because I know a lot of you want to get there to 8 figures and multi millions and beyond. The difference between a startup business and an 8-figure business, I'm going to give you a secret here. The 8-figure business cannot go and go into a cookie cutter coaching program. Okay, I'm going to say that again. An 8-figure business owner cannot go and take their big business into a cookie cutter coaching program. They have to get customized consulting and support and strategies that are unique to their business. So if you are sitting there at that multi 6-figure mark and you're like, "Oh my gosh, what do I do now? Where do I go?" It's time to start looking at bringing on some experts, not only for your team, but also to coach you and advise you and consult you with your strategy, because that is going to pull out a lot of the stuff, because the reality is that you just may not know what to do to hit your goal. And so the last piece is that you get overwhelmed with all of the content and the ideas. So oh my gosh, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to talk about this and I want to talk about that. And creative people tend to just like, blah, it just all comes out, right? It just all comes out. And then it's like, well, what do I do with all of this? Like, how do I organize it? And how do I structure it? And structure and organization aren't your skill set, right? So you need help with getting the ideas structured. And we have to create that flow and that customer journey with the content and the customer journey with the ideas. And all of that coming together allows you to create a really cohesive business that is sustainable, that's fun, that's profitable, and that makes a big impact in the world, because my clients are here to make an impact with the people that they work with. So the solution for all of this, what is it? Because we talked about you resisting all of the work that needs to happen. You want everything to be perfect. You get caught up with the tech and procrastination. You're dealing with indecision. You're not bringing on the right team members. You're piecemealing information. You don't have anybody to guide you step by step, and you need help with structuring your content and ideas. The whole solution, the one thing that knocks this out of the park, is having a business system that is customized to you and your audience. It's a business system that you use to create your rinse and repeat launch and event processes. And one of my friends who's in the operations space, Alexis, the other day was posting about how when we have our processes down, like, we don't really have to think. So all of this resistance and all of this indecision and all of this procrastination, it boils down to having to use a lot of energy. And you probably have heard the motivational triad, which is to avoid pain, seek pleasure, and conserve energy. So your body is saying, I don't want to do my launch and event calendar because I'm afraid of getting uncomfortable. I'm afraid of all of the work that it's going to take. I just want to feel good, right? And so I'm just going to like hope that what worked in 2020 will work in 2023. And that's part of probably what has you worried, because you know that what worked in 2020 isn't going to work in 2023. Totally different landscape this year. Totally different, okay? That's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. But staying in that safe zone and staying in that small zone and staying in the procrastination and the indecision isn't going to get you to where you want to be. Okay. So the business system that allows you to not have to overthink, that creates some ease in your body for yourself as the CEO and for your team, makes your launches and events so much fun and so much more enjoyable. And of course, there's going to be that little bit of bubbling up and excitement that happens when you go to, you go live or you start the event. And that's just that adrenaline rush. Like, we want that. First of all, when a client puts an event on the calendar, I get so excited. I was meeting with one of my clients this morning, and we were putting an event on the calendar. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just light up when that happens, because I love it so much. I love all of the details and all the processes and helping with the conversions and creating the experience and helping the team. It's what lights me up. So all of these reasons, and you may have more reasons, they can be all distilled and knocked out at once with this one simple thing, which is having a custom business system inside of your company that you can use. So I invite you to apply for my upcoming virtual event, where I'm going to dive into my proprietary process I've used and developed called the MORE method. And I use this with all of my clients from multi-6 to 8-figure businesses. And it's a proven system that allows you to streamline your launches and virtual events so they're profitable, they're fun, they bring in a lot of revenue, and they're reliable. And it covers so many pieces, all the way from your marketing and your messaging and your offer, all the way to your sales strategy, both your front of the room presentation, your back of the room selling, and your conversion processes. So I've laid it all out. And this process I've developed in working with businesses to generate over $11 million in sales in the last few years. So this comes out of real-time experience of sales conversion and monetization. So again, you can apply for my event. You can visit moremethod.com/event, and you'll go to that page, and there's a button. You click the button, and then you fill out the Google form, and that's how you put in your application to apply. And then I'll review that application, and then from there, we'll go into the next steps, and I can possibly extend you an invitation. So thank you so much for joining me. I look forward to seeing some of you at the event, and I would love to know, what is your top takeaway from today? If you're dealing with some of these things, like, know that there's a time for like self-development and mindset work and those pieces, and there's a time that we got to roll up our sleeves and get in there and get to work, okay? And to go and make the money and bring in the clients and do the things that you want to do this year, it requires some effort, but it doesn't have to be with overwhelm, and it doesn't have to be with burnout, and it doesn't have to be with chaos, okay? Know that none of that has to be there. It can be streamlined and fun and cohesive and enjoyable for you and your whole team. So I'll see you at the event. Some of you, that's moremethod.com/event. Until next time, this is Celia Faye Meisel. Thanks for joining live. Bye.